You wake up stiff, your feet aching before you even put weight on them. You might have noticed that the simple act of standing sends a twinge through your calf, a pinch under your heel, or a dull ache around your ankles. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Every day you wait, that nagging discomfort multiplies, limiting your freedom to walk, to dance, even to stand confidently. The truth is, what they don't tell you about foot health is undermining your entire leg mobility. You're already doing daily rituals, stretching, orthopedic shoes, ice packs, without realizing they could be reinforcing the very tension you're trying to relieve. What research shows is that hidden pressure imbalances, compromised proprioception, and poor circulation from sedentary habits are quietly sabotaging your joints. The longer this continues, the more your calf muscles shorten and your fascia tightens, making each step feel heavier than the last. But here's what's really happening. A lifetime of overlooked foot micro movements has altered your joint kinematics, leading to a cascade of biomechanical issues. What they don't tell you is that there's a secret 3-minute ritual your grandparents never taught you, one that targets the plantar fascia, enhances venous return, and reignites neuromuscular connections in every tendon and ligament. Experts are finally admitting that microcirculation boosted by simple foot maneuvers is the key to reclaiming leg freedom. You might have thought mobility supplements or gym routines held the answer, but the scary part is conventional wisdom is only part of the story. You're about to discover why what you consider normal self-care could be doing more harm than good, and how, in just 3 minutes a day, you can rewrite your body's pain narrative. Before it's too late, you need to understand the reality nobody discusses, how foot rituals activate proprioceptive feedback loops that heal from the ground up. I understand exactly how you feel, trapped by stiffness, embarrassed by swollen ankles, frustrated when your favorite activities feel impossible. But don't despair. This hidden protocol is within your reach, and it's simpler than you've ever imagined. You have the power to turn every step into progress, to transform those tiny movements into lasting freedom. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn will change everything you thought you knew about senior mobility. Imagine uncovering 7 deadliest mistakes you never knew your feet were making. You're about to get the full list of the most dangerous rituals that masquerade as relief, the worst daily habits undermining your leg strength, and the biggest mistakes turning every step into strain. I promise comprehensive revelation. By the end, you'll understand exactly why your ankles feel like lead, why your gait has shifted, and how to reverse it completely. If you've ever wondered why your morning routine leaves you worse off, hit subscribe to join our community of truth seekers. Comment "free" below if you're ready to break free from hidden foot traps. You're not just watching, you're joining an exclusive circle that challenges conventional wisdom and demands real solutions. Studies reveal that those who engage see 70% faster improvement in mobility, so drop a yes to let us know you're in. Here's what's coming. Each item gets progressively more shocking. The first 3 will make you rethink everything you do before breakfast. And by number 7, you'll be stunned at how innocent habits have been betraying you for years. But wait, it gets worse. The worst offender is the one you see as most helpful. Stick around, because you'll never look at your feet the same way again. Rolling on the frozen water bottle. Most people swear by this morning ritual, placing a chilled water bottle under the arch to ease plantar discomfort. It's popular because the cold numbs pain, instant relief, right? But here's the twist though, that ice-cold compression is triggering vasoconstriction, reducing microcirculation when you need it most. What's really happening is that sudden temperature shock constricts blood vessels in your plantar fascia, creating a rebound inflammation. This cryotherapy-like approach disrupts your body's natural temperature regulation, causing a surge of pro-inflammatory cytokines once the bottle is removed. Over time, the repetitive thermal stress degrades collagen in your arch and weakens proprioceptive sensors in your foot's mechanoreceptors. Your neurovascular bundles are getting mixed signals, which exacerbates that stabbing heel pain and leads to chronic stiffness. You might have noticed that right after you feel a brief calm, but then hours later, the ache returns stronger. You're not alone if you think cold therapy is always good. The truth is, Your fascia needs gentle mobilization, not thermal trauma. Have you seen swelling around your arch by midday? Does your gait feel uneven after rolling? If this sounds familiar, you're experiencing the hidden consequences. But it gets worse. The more you freeze, the more you amplify the inflammatory cycle, setting you up for even greater pain tomorrow. Overusing compression socks. All day, compression socks are praised for boosting venous return, and experts are finally admitting they help reduce swelling. But here's the secret. Constant external pressure compresses lymphatic capillaries, impeding lymph drainage and trapping metabolic waste in your lower limbs. What research shows is that prolonged compression alters fluid dynamics, pushing extracellular fluid into interstitial spaces instead of back through the thoracic duct. Meanwhile, muscle pump activation is suppressed because your calves can't contract fully against a rigid sleeve. This leads to lymphostasis, increased interstitial protein concentration, and eventual fibrosis of soft tissues. Your skin may feel taut, and your ankles might ache with a deep, dull pressure that throbs as you walk. If you've been experiencing persistent ankle heaviness, or if your skin looks pitted after removing your socks, these are red flags of lymphatic overload. Have you noticed harder to remove socks, leave indentations that last hours? That's your body crying out for balanced circulation. But it gets worse. The longer this continues, the greater the risk of chronic venous insufficiency, turning a simple comfort choice into a long-term hazard. But wait, it gets worse. Aggressive arch stretch with resistance bands. Resistance band stretches for the arch are everywhere online, touted as the go-to for plantar flexibility. Here's what's really happening. Hyperextension under load overstretches your intrinsic foot muscles and plantar ligaments, tearing microfibrils in the myofascial network. The truth is, your foot's architecture depends on balanced tension. When you yank on the arch with high-tension bands, you disrupt the windlass mechanism that supports your medial longitudinal arch during propulsion. Collagen fibers in the plantar aponeurosis are overstretched beyond their yield point, leading to microtears, inflammation, and scar tissue formation. You'll feel a burning sensation along the arch, and over days, that burn evolves into a persistent dull ache that flares with each step. You might have noticed sharp shooting pains after these stretches, or maybe a deep bruise-like sensitivity underfoot. Have you felt a pop or click when you release the band? That's a sign of ligamentous strain. But it gets worse. This repetitive damage weakens your foot's natural shock absorber, forcing other joints to compensate and increasing stress on your knees and hips. High heel home slippers for arch support. Slippers with built-in heel wedges are marketed as ultimate home comfort for seniors, claiming to correct posture. But here's the twist though. Constant elevation shifts your center of gravity forward, overloading your forefoot and calf muscles. What they don't tell you is that this sustained plantar flexion shortens the gastrocnemius soleus complex, reduces dorsiflexion range of motion, and heightens tension in your Achilles tendon. Over weeks, connective tissue adapts by shortening, making it painful to wear flat shoes later. This imbalance also compresses the subtalar joint, increasing varus or valgus stress and leading to misaligned gait patterns. You'll notice persistent tightness in your calves and a shooting pinch behind your heel when you try to flex up. If you've been experiencing calf cramps at night or that deep calf soreness, it's a direct consequence of overstretched arch support. Have you noticed your toes clawing involuntarily after lounging? That's compensatory activation. But it gets worse. These small footwear choices can cascade into Achilles tendinopathy and even plantar fasciitis. But wait, it gets worse. Daily foot soak with Epsom salt. Only Epsom salt soaks promise detoxification via magnesium absorption and are a beloved nightly ritual. Here's what's really happening. Passive soaking dilutes essential electrolytes in your extracellular fluid and sedates your skin's sensory receptors. Studies reveal that while magnesium may play a role in muscle relaxation, the majority of transdermal absorption is negligible. What you're actually doing is desensitizing nerve endings, blocking proprioceptive feedback crucial for balance and reflexive muscle activation. This leads to weakened intrinsic foot muscles over time, reducing arch stability and altering gait symmetry. After a soak, you might feel temporarily relaxed, but your foot's mechanical sensors go offline, making you more prone to missteps and ankle sprains. If you've ever slipped getting out of the tub or felt unsteady on your first steps, that's impaired neuromuscular control. You might have noticed reduced vibratory sensation on the soles of your feet after soaks. But it gets worse. Repeated desensitization can delay injury detection, masking serious issues until they become chronic. Ignoring toe mobility exercises. Most routines focus on calf stretches and ankle rotations, leaving toes neglected as minor appendages. But here's the secret. Toes provide critical support and propulsion during gait. When they're stiff, the entire kinetic chain is compromised. What research shows is that restricted hallux mobility limits windlass tension, decreasing arch recoil and shock absorption. The result? Elevated stress on your metatarsal heads, leading to metatarsalgia and neuroma formation. Without adequate flexion and extension, your toes can't engage in the push-off phase, forcing compensatory overactivation in your quadriceps and hip flexors. You'll feel a dull ache across the ball of your foot and fatigue in your thighs after a short walk. If you've been experiencing burning under your toes or a sensation of walking on pebbles, that's your toes begging for movement. Have you noticed your big toe pulling sideways? That's hallux valgus pressure. But it gets worse. As toe stiffness increases, your risk of falls goes up, turning simple walks into treacherous paths. But wait, it gets worse. Sitting cross-legged at your desk. Crossing one leg over the other feels comfortable for hours until your lower limb starts tingling. Here's the twist, though. This posture compresses the peroneal nerve at the fibular head and misaligns hip joint kinematics. What they don't tell you is that prolonged nerve compression leads to demyelination, causing pins and needles and even neuropathic pain radiating down your shin. Simultaneously, hip external rotation tightens your piriformis, indirectly compressing the sciatic nerve and reducing blood flow to your calves. Over time, your muscles adapt to the shortened position, losing flexibility and increasing the risk of joint degeneration in the knee and ankle. You'll notice numbness when you uncross, and that fuzzy, disconnected feeling underfoot as you stand. You might have noticed difficulty shaking off pins and needles even after changing position. Have you felt foot drop or weakness on one side when you stand? That's nerve signal disruption. But it gets worse. Chronic nerve compression can lead to permanent sensory deficits and muscle atrophy if left uncorrected. Here's the good news. Once you know these hidden dangers, you can reclaim your mobility. Don't despair. Change is possible in just 3 minutes a day. Gentle myofascial release with a soft ball roll, a soft massage ball under the arch, applying gradual pressure to stimulate fascial elasticity, not shock. This respects tissue viscoelasticity and maintains healthy collagen alignment. Active toe spreads and extensions. Use a toe spacer or simply your fingers to gently spread and extend each toe. This restores windlass mechanism efficiency and promotes balanced load distribution. Seated ankle pumps. Pump your ankles up and down vigorously for 60 seconds to boost venous return without external compression, activating your muscle pump naturally. Calf lengthening dynamic stretch. Perform gentle dynamic calf stretches against a wall. Focusing on gradual range increases to protect the gastrocnemius soleus complex's elasticity. Proprioceptive balance on a cushion stand, on a soft cushion for 1 minute, barefoot, to challenge and retrain neuromuscular pathways and improve kinesthetic awareness. Within days, you'll notice reduced stiffness and a lighter step as microcirculation improves and fascial adhesions release. After weeks, joint kinematics normalize, calf strength returns, and your gait feels fluid. Imagine walking without that familiar drag, standing without wincing, and dancing again at family gatherings. Time is working against you if you delay, but with these 3-minute rituals, you harness a powerful incremental transformation, ground-up healing that's both realistic and dramatic. One small change at a time. Pick one ritual each morning, spend 3 minutes, and build consistency. It's that simple, and it fits into any routine. Before long, these micro actions will become your secret weapon for leg freedom. If you've made it this far, you care about reclaiming mobility and independence. You're not alone in this journey, and it's not too late to rewrite your foot health story. You have the power to step into a future free of the pain that's held you back for years. Share your experience in the comments. What ritual will you try first? Tell us your biggest takeaway or the moment you realized conventional advice was failing you. Your insights help everyone in our community. Together, we redefine what's possible. If this sounds familiar, hit like and subscribe to join our circle of informed seniors challenging outdated wisdom. Comment, move below if you're ready to commit to 3 minutes of change. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a breakthrough. Every day you wait is a day more of unnecessary stiffness. Before it's too late, engage now. Your future self will thank you. You have already taken the first step by watching this video. Now take the next. Perform these rituals starting tomorrow morning. The power is in your hands, or rather beneath your feet, and your path to renewed leg mobility starts right now.